Hi everyone, and a warm welcome back to the WARNO Monthly Tournament from SD League for June. Today we are with Edwin and Tman for a couple of games. Edwin playing as the Bandanner group hero on the left here in blue. And on the right we've got Tman playing as the 7th Panzer Division. Let's have a quick look at what they've got down. Tman has down a couple of Alpha Clara, one going here, one going here, pretty far forward there. This one's not deploying, so maybe he's going to try and get it further up. Special Alpha Clara just heading into the centre of the town here. Over at this side, a couple of Alpha Clara again, defensive positioning, not trying to push too far, as we would probably expect. Matsuch and BTR heading up there. Obviously, they will at least provide some defense for anything pushing around that way. We have a single command heading to the back here, which is going to stay there. We then have a command heading up to the front point, and we have a variety of units here. Where are they all heading? Let's have a look. So everything is heading to this point. He's going all into that point. Not something unusual, to be honest. We've got a cub down here, got some munition supply probably for that cub. We have some Strelas, a little bit more forward defense, a couple of T-72s, some Conkers, and some Pioneers. Oh, and a load more stuff just went down there. Oh no, he's just moving it all up. He moved it all up. And we are off. Let's spin around and have a look at what Edwin's got coming in. Sharpshooter on a sniper squad coming up there. Some Jaeger Metis forward deployed, obviously. Strela, and what is that one? That one I can't quite see is a Jaeger squad. All of these heading quite far up here, so he's planning to do an assault there sooner or later. Conker's moving up this way. Over here we've got some FS Jaeger and an SPG-9 just moving up to the front there. Getting into a nice defensive position here. SPG-9 again. Sharpshooters. Bit of a mix of units there. Again, defensive infantry more than anything else. This straight off the bat, look, command infantry in a chopper going around the back. There's no command for this point, funnily enough. Motrazvedka coming in here as well, and a couple of T-55s and some supply at the back there. Returning to our usual position, immediately Tman bringing in an MI2 there, so he's going to spot this coming around, so he may well be ready for it. Now, the majority of Tman's forces obviously up here, whereas Edwin has a bit of a mix. Got more up here, definitely, because obviously all we've got here is a few recon units. There's some troops that could assault here. Wondering what happens to those Alpha Clara at the top. Here we go. Command infantry pushing around the bottom. The question is, I mean, Tman must be able to see it soon. I mean, that's its ground view distance. Surely it's going to be within range for seeing it in the air. I'm expecting a jet to come out or some anti-air to spawn here. I'm expecting something. Assuming Tman has some points left. And assuming he's paying attention. I mean, this is right against the bottom of the map. I mean, if you look there, you can barely see it, because it kind of merges in with the blue background at the bottom of the minimap. So if Tman was just watching the minimap, he may well miss that until it's too late. Now, if he was watching the minimap, he'd probably see it coming up there. No way as yet. He still has time to call it in, but once this drops, he can't call anything in here. So he's going to be relying on calling in reinforcements and bringing them down. Where's that Strela going? Not down here. This command is going to deploy. Oh, Conker's just arrived. Strela's a little bit late. Conkers are here. I mean, this unit should be able to technically kill the Conkers, no problem. Won't have much luck against the Strela, though, as it doesn't have any ATGMs. Can deal with choppers. Captured that. Currently +2 to Edwin. And a little bit of skirmishing going on up here as well. Look at those units from Edwin have pushed up. Now that could have been Edwin's epic distraction. And that's why he didn't... or he managed to get this in here. This is why Tman perhaps missed this. Is because Edwin was pushing up here. That's a good distraction technique. Causing a little bit of a skirmish. Here comes that anti-tank chopper to try and kill these infantry. Uezi coming back with machine guns. See, this is going to be fairly effective because a lack of anti-tank. It does have anti-air though. Strela should be able to deal with this chopper potentially. Depends if the chopper gets in good range and can... Oh, no. Chopper's in a good position here. Chopper should win this fight easily. Yeah, stunned down. SU-22 gets the chopper. MiG-23 in for the jet. SU-22 goes down. I mean, this isn't going to last much longer. Not really a huge amount of points for Edwin there. An expensive move. Not a bad strategy. I think when you're going to do that, quite often, the best I've seen it done is when people send multiple units. So not just the command. People send in, you know, some anti-air in a chopper, some infantry in a chopper, maybe an attack chopper or two. We've seen that in a couple of games recently, and it does make a lot of difference. These units here getting pummeled now by all the infantry here. Motsuchin having to pull back. Special Alpha Clara is still okay. SPW 70 dishing out a lot of damage there. This is out of metas. These tanks moving up now, though, will be able to deal with a lot of this stuff and provide a lot of fire support. And another one coming in. I mean, Edwin's got a good little push going on there. Conker's pushed up here. There is something dead there. I have Clara moving around this side. I think the T-55 has managed to clear up some of the recon that was here, obviously. Back point now returned completely to Tman. You can call in reinforcements there. He's calling in stuff for the top as well. Slight progress has been made here by Edwin. He really needs urgent repairs for those infantry, though. There is some coming... Oh, no, that's going all the way down here with a cub. Okay, unexpected. A little bit worried about that cub. It's going around a funny way. Rather than coming down here, it's going to go past those Alpha Clara. Alpha Clara will not be in range to hit it, though. T-80 getting hit hard by those T-72s. Does manage to smoke. T-55 is alive here, but one has been lost. Attack chopper coming in. I think we'll see a build-up of forces for Tman at the bottom before he pushes this point. But I think he will eventually push it. Up at the top, Edwin is having to retreat. And as I say, this infantry desperately needs a repair. There is finally one coming in here, but it seems to be aimed more at repairing the tank. Oh! Quite aggressive here from Tman. He's just pushing up. The other tank is coming back in as well. Has been... Oh no, that's the one that needs repair. This is just another tank. Conker's deployed here. Misses. Now this could potentially stun lock. Oh, he's smoked. There's a squad of infantry dead. He did a good job of keeping them alive, but yeah, without any repairs, it was only a matter of time. Good build-up of tanks up here. I mean, there's always potential that Tman could push this back point. We've seen it done plenty of times before. T-55 engaging on this. That T-80 desperately needs a repair. T-72 is thinking about engaging it, I think. Good defense here from Tman, to be honest. Special Alpha Clara have good eyes on there. This chopper has decent eyes on as well. All this center bit is covered. More tanks coming in at this side. I mean, there's no way that Edwin's going to push out at this point, I don't think. I think he'll harass. But I can't imagine he's going to get too aggressive down there. He seems to be focusing on pushing here. SU-22 HE bomber coming in. going for those infantry. Nice strike, get the squad. Special Avklar is still absolutely fine here. Another Motsuchin BTR squad there, fine. Decent recon, but not amazing recon here. It's really on those Special Avklara who still don't have the best vision. T-72 around the back there. These two getting repaired. You've got at least 4 tanks here now. 5 tanks, 1 at the back. I imagine we're going to see more called in soon. Motsuchin coming in down the bottom here. As I say, I think we'll see a slow build-up of forces there for Tman. In an ideal world, I suppose, if Tman can clear all of this, he could easily push around the back. So we might see that as well. Quarter of the game just about gone. 30-minute mark. And then, not really much of a shift in the points at all this game so far. They're both good players. They're a little bit stalemated right now. It's a case of who crumbles first in their defense, I think. More recon coming in there. For the top here, because that is one thing that Edwin is missing at the moment, and that is recon. Conkers there getting minced by the tanks. Tman's getting quite pushy here. He's got plenty of tanks moving in. That one's going to get repaired. He's still got 3 fully repaired there. That one's taking a little bit of damage, but he's going to push out here. See a recon chopper coming in at the back there. I was about to say, what can I hear firing? Oh, hello. Uragan in situ. Hitting these buildings here, but the infantry's already moved out. Obviously, Edwin doesn't know that. Mi-24D coming in as well there. Poses a big threat to everything. There isn't actually any air defense there. The nearest air defense is the Cub down here. Strela is being called in now, though, to deal with that. Pretty accurate, that, but unfortunately didn't really do very much. A couple of jets coming in to deal with these choppers. Mi-24D is alive still. MiG-23 coming in to get a kill on these Su-22s. Good chance this one's going to go down here. There it goes. The one does get out alive. Performing pretty well at the moment, that MiG-23. It's got a couple of kills this game so far. Uragan currently aiming to fire again. That reloaded very quickly. In fact, that reloaded exceptionally quickly. This time coming in on this area. We'll certainly do at least a little bit of damage there. But Edwin's pinned right back here. And Tman's not sitting still, look. He is pushing around with his recon. Still a build-up of tanks down here, ready for some kind of push. Infantry down here as well. Some Panzerjäger and Pioneer. Obviously, there was a big T-80 knocking around down here. It's at the back again now. T-55, some SPG-9s here. I mean, there's a reasonable amount of defense for this point. No artillery in at all yet for Tman. But he's got a nice solid line all the way down the map here. Whereas Edwin feels a little bit more clustered. Little anti-air guns coming in there. More Motsuchin and BMPs coming in at the bottom here. I suppose I imagine, just saw some mortars being called in there as well. I was about to say, I imagine he might push the top corner. get in here and get a command in. And I suppose if he's bringing in the mortars, he could utilize that to smoke and then go in with a command. More Motsuchin things coming in as well. HE Bomber is dead. Cub got a good kill there. Motrazvedka engaging on the SPW-70 there. I mean, technically, Motrazvedka should win that fight easily. As long as it can get in range. And as long as they don't miss every shot, that's the other thing. One missile left. Currently they are stunned, taking fire from various tanks and things. Stunned again and dead. Surely, yes indeed. BMP gets taken out there by the Conkers. Conkers taking shots at the T-72 now. Oh, that was almost a side shot. Takes it to the front armor. T-Man on the move down here now. He is making his attack, or at least moving up closer. Second hit on that T-72. Up at the top here. More units coming in for Edwin. This is looking more defensive in nature now. I don't think T-Man's going to make a push at the top. I think he's focusing on going to push down here at the bottom. Plenty of supplies coming in. T-72 trying to finish off Conkers here. Conkers doing a good job though. T-55's good fire support against these infantry. Gradual movement up here as well now. Those mortars have deployed. Not firing or targeting yet. There's the command tank coming in. Oh, he's going to get it in the bottom corner. Okay, interesting. He's pushing the top corner hard, but he's going to bring the command tank in the bottom. Could be a good distraction, to be fair. But in the grand scheme of things, you kind of know where the commands come in because of where it caps the point from. Uragan getting ready to fire again by the looks of it. Yeah, firing at this area here. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff's moved forward. He will potentially do some damage to these tanks, though. As long as T-Man doesn't start moving them. Getting very unlucky with the landing of these missiles. There's a nice hit. Not great. It's sort of landing behind the area, to be honest. T-55's not doing a bad job. T-Man is in the town, though. What's happening at the top? A little bit of skirmishing as Edwin tries to push out from that area again. And I mean, that's the thing. Generally speaking, if your opponent's pushing one side of the map, you start pushing the other side of the map. Unfortunately, I think Edwin doesn't have enough there to penetrate this defensive wall. I think this is just too many tanks from multiple angles. I think T-Man's in a good position there. Down here, his infantry are getting minced, but they are still in the town. He's losing a lot of his assaulting tanks and stuff here. So good defending here from Edwin. Good fire support from these tanks at the back, though, into this town. The line of sight on these things is always a bit crazy. Through this town in particular. They always seem to have good eyes on the buildings and stuff. T-80 taking fire from the T-72. Command tank has arrived. Other little artillery pieces. 76mm artillery pieces. I think when they came in, my head was that they were anti-air guns, but they're actually little artillery pieces. Not particularly exciting artillery pieces. At 76mm. Loads of reinforcement infantry coming in now. Smoke going down here, I guess, to stop those things firing. I mean, he's pushing straight in for this tank. He is smoking it now. Yeah, everything sort of coming around to try and kill that command. Currently +2 to Tman. 22 minutes of the victory, though. It's not going to be a quick one. We are heading towards the halfway mark. 21 minutes remaining in this game. Cluster Bomber coming in there. Might get a nice kill. Does get a nice kill. Command is down. And what is going on up here? Look at this. Edwin has broken through. I am genuinely gobsmacked. I honestly thought the defensive wall and positioning of those tanks was going to make it nearly impossible for that to happen. But look at that. Edwin has pushed through. He has killed the majority of those T-72s and has made progress. He's back in this area. And he's pushing down towards the actual point itself. And obviously, Tman pivoted to the bottom. And I mean, he's doing a good job. He's still in this point. But he doesn't have a lot now defending that top point. Edwin might be able to turn this around at the top. I'm genuinely impressed he managed to break through there. I'm assuming Tman's just been too focused on the bottom to worry about keeping his tanks alive at the top. Because at the start of the game, obviously, he was doing a very good job at pulling them out before they got killed. But I think he's just focused on this battle down here. Loads of reinforcements arriving now. These tanks being smoked. These Motsuchin BTR should be able to get up close and personal and kill these. Just going to say, yeah, very effective. And again, they haven't seen each other. It's crazy how line of sight is really restricted in the smoke right now. It's a little bit much. Loads more reinforcements still coming in. I mean, to some extent, Tman is going all in down here. He's managing to hold still at the top. Edwin hasn't really made any more progress. Where Tman is making slow progress. Slow but steady. Has secured this side. I'm expecting another command. I'm surprised we haven't actually seen that command moved in. Just to get something in there. Certainly if he got something at the back here, it would probably be safe now. Still, some reinforcements coming in for the bottom here for Edwin, but obviously trying to push the top. He's just got that one tank in the way now. And then there's not a lot there. There's not a lot to stop him getting in that point. I don't think he has a command up there ready to move in, though. Finally, another command tank coming in. Heading to the top corner this time. I was going to say the rocket's causing issues, the rocket attack chopper, but there goes the Strela. This T-72 badly damaged. Hanging on to life as these T-55s come in to try and finish the job. Lack of recon up here for Edwin, though. And these sharpshooters can't really see past that forest. Artillery is off again, firing at this area. Some good hits here, stunning down those tanks. But he's looking thin on the ground here, is Edwin. Fire support from these tanks dotted around has been really effective at helping clear this infantry. That other command tank is almost here. Flame tanks coming in as well will also help clear that town. But honestly, I mean, there's the Metis and they're running. The biggest threat now is these tanks. Uragan hitting these infantry, that will be beneficial. That seems to reload really quickly. Good hit there, has managed to kill some more of the infantry. Still no reinforcements called in the top for Tman here. I mean, he is literally all in at the bottom. Edwin has managed to kill that tank. He has lost another T-55 in the process, though. Command is back in here. T-80B there, very badly damaged. Flame tanks coming in at the bottom there. At the moment, it is not looking good for Edwin. He's thin on the ground at the top. He's thin on the ground at the bottom. And there just seems to be an endless horde of infantry now coming in for Tman. He's even bringing in another command. He does not want to lose this point. Obviously fearful of another cluster bomber coming in. T-55's doing a decent job here. Firing at the T-80. Gets the final blow. T-80 does manage a kill in the meantime, of course. Edwin's kind of stalled up here. He doesn't really have a huge amount to push with. I mean, he's got one tank and one squad of infantry. Infantry are out of missiles. He is bringing in a T-64 BVK command tank at the top there. Needs to be careful where it drives. Should be alright. It's going past the Motsuchin. Strata gets a kill on the chopper there, but it's looking more and more like Tman is going to completely take this bottom point. Panzerjäger coming in here. Motsuchin has arrived. And the Motsuchin coming in here. Some reinforcements now for the top. There's the pivot. Tman, happy enough with the units he's got down here, is starting to call in reinforcements to defend the top point now. A successful push from Tman has managed to completely secure the bottom point. Starting to put the pressure on these guns now. T-64 could certainly get in here, but how long it survives is up for debate. Depending on where it comes in, those Conkers have a decent line of sight. Oh, there's the smoke. So the artillery piece is being used to smoke that area, but it's very likely this one's about to die just as the other one did. Yeah, T-72 is pushing up. Currently plus 40 Tman, 9 minutes to the victory. But I think we might see a surrender sooner than that. I don't think, realistically, there's a lot Edwin can do now unless he can take this point. And I just don't think he has the numbers to do it. More reinforcements coming in there for Tman. Tman just got the initiative with his build-up of forces down here, managed to push into that point. Good efforts though from Edwin trying to push into the top here, but a stalwart defense from Tman. He should be very pleased with that. He did a great job defending at the top. Although, you know, when he was busy down here, obviously those tanks did start to die and allowed Edwin to push back in, which genuinely surprised me. I thought the positioning of those tanks was going to be enough to stop that progress, but Edwin did a really good job pushing through. Artillery firing again here, trying to get a kill on that command. But he doesn't realise it. There is another one in there though. Command has made it into the top, but immediately retreats out. Conkers obviously still has eyes on that, I think. Will probably fire again. Yes, it can. Oh, misses though. Back to being neutralised. Cluster bomber came in there, looking for a kill on that cub. Isn't going to get it because the cub has moved. Cluster bomber coming in for that tank. This is going to be a direct hit by the looks of it. To end the game. Very likely. And there it is, the surrender. Commiserations, Edwin. Really hard fought. Well done for getting back through the top defences there. I genuinely was impressed with that. Bit of a difference of kills to losses there. 2 Tman. Let's have a look at those units. Plenty of Flams did alright. Bomber did alright. Over at the other side. Nothing too stand out. I think the Uragan did quite well, actually. Got quite a few squads of infantry and a command tank. It did get that command tank at the end by the looks of it. You know what? We'll give it to the Uragan just because it managed to kill that command tank at the end, and I'm quite impressed with that. Good game, guys. Let's hop straight into game number 2. Game number 2 with Edwin and Tman. Edwin playing as the 2nd Infantry Division, the British, over on the left in blue again. And over on the right in red once more, we have Tman playing as the 11th E Parachutist Division, the French. I am upside down. There we go. Much better. Let's have a little look at what Edwin has down. A couple of foxes going up to the front there. A smattering of air mobiles going straight to the town there. Some javelin pushing up and a command heading through this point towards the center and then over to that side. We've got a wombat heading up to that area for defensive positioning and air mobiles pushing right up to that side. SAS at the front here pushing into this town. Sniper heading into the town as well. Fox heading up this way into the town itself. A couple of SAS moving into the town. Oh, lots of SAS. 4 SAS in total down here. All moving into the town there. Another Fox going right up this side. And some Assault Pioneers also heading into this town. Not unusual. Generally, we would see him go for Echo. He's trying to go for Foxtrot as well. And just a smattering of units in the middle there. Good spread. Over on this side for Tman, we actually have some of those Paras SAS and Legionnaires Paras heading straight into Echo. So he's going to try and contest this. He's also got some Gazelle cannons pushing up that way. Not something we see done very often, but it is very possible for the player at this side if they can get up there fast enough to take Echo as well, or have a chance of it. Air mobiles pushing right round the back here. This is quite an aggressive maneuver. Deploying to cut off reinforcements. That's clever. Going to attempt to cut off the reinforcements there. Command obviously pushing through towards the center. He's got Legionnaires Paras trying to get in here, though I think he'll be outnumbered. Though look at this. Mass Gazelle cannon spam up here. Okay, spam, kind of. There's 5 of them. But it's also these Pumas here with all of this infantry in. Aeromobiles and a commander all heading up here and into Bravo. So we're seeing Tman go for an attack round the back at both sides here. This could be absolutely devastating for Edwin if he's not expecting it. He really doesn't have much anti-air down. So I think these choppers are going to cause issues. Fox has managed to get shots off on one of these Gazelle cannons, doing some damage. They're trying to aim now. Javelin LML here, getting some shots off. I mean, the distraction is done. The Gazelle cannons are doing their job. They've done a lot of damage at the front here. I think Bravo is most certainly going to fall. We've got another command coming in here to cap this point. And a couple of ERCs coming in for there as well. Gazelle cannon's pretty much dead. The assault force here has failed. Edwin is in control of Echo, and there's very little in the middle there for Tman. I'm pretty sure that Edwin should be able to win the fight in the center there. I think there's just going to be a lot of frustration for Edwin from this stuff at the back. Rocket attack coming in though from a Harrier to deal with these infantry. Unfortunately, doesn't manage to get the kill on those infantry or the chopper. The rockets kind of landed under it. Commanding this back point, Gazelle rockets coming in now. Should be reasonably effective against these units. There aren't actually any anti-air there, obviously. Rocket coming in for a strike here as well. Will now be evac'd. Impressively, Tman making some progress here. Has managed to get his own command in there. Gazelle rockets here, probably going to go straight for that command at the back. Defensive force here, not looking too bad, but I think we'll struggle with these tanks. More Gazelle cannons coming in. Rocket attack chopper coming in there. Sorry, rocket attack jet even. Just clearing up some of those Super Pumas. I suppose at least it stops Tman getting some money back. Gazelle rockets already expended all of their ammo without killing a squad. Command moving up here. Currently +6 to Tman. It's a nice advantage. Some rockets coming in here to deal with these infantry. Couple more of those pretend tanks coming in on the top there. And more Gazelle cannons. Look at this. Another 3 Gazelle cannons. Good cap of Foxtrot. I think this is a really good effort at the top here by Tman. Nice try at the bottom as well. Should be able to clear up these infantry at the bottom. These might cause a bit of an issue. Command does make it to the center there for Edwin. A little bit worried about that. It's going to go straight past those paras. Oh, being redirected, but can these guys fire at it? Yes, they can. Rover might die here. Oh, it is so lucky that Elrak hasn't got the kill. Still within range, but out of line of sight. Gazelle Cannon's being called in to deal with that now, but it may well decap that point. Currently +2 to Tman. Command being ferried around the back here. I don't think Edwin is aware of that. Gazelle Cannon's heading over that way to help protect it as well. Right now it does feel like Tman has control of the flow of the game, which is not ideal. Musical command zones for both players here. Rover will cap this point, but will be met by those Gazelle Cannons, so will not survive long. Supplies in to rearm those Gazelle rockets at the back there. This coming in to try and cut off those reinforcements even more. Top of the map, very much Tman's playground right now. The center, I think more the issue is going to be the Gazelle Cannons, but the SAS can deal with these. The SAS were a good choice. They do have the Stinger. I always forget that. Command vehicle coming here. Those aeromobiles do not have range on it. It has been redirected out of concern, I think. Those command infantry still just sitting in there. Bigger concern are probably these tanks pushing up that way. Edwin now playing the same game, calling in a command round the back there. Tman calling in a command there. Gazelle rocket should be able to deal with these infantry without too much of an issue. Yeah, command coming in this way. That Mirage, potential problem, but I think, is it coming back around to hit that? That's going for the rocket. This hasn't quite found those command infantry, and the Gazelle cannons are pushing back. How are these Chasseurs pirates still alive? Command in that point there. Back to +6 for Tman. 5 minutes to the victory. This game is all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. This command will land, but will be at the sort of mercy as of the aeromobiles and also the Gazelle cannon there. Saxon's pushing in. Oh, Gazelle cannon should be dealt with. Fantastic. Command infantry spotted now. There we go, they're dead. Saxon heading to the center there. Massively playing musical commands right now. Puma Pirates coming in here to deal with this. It should land though. Should land and deploy and at least decap. There's the decap. I think it's going to cap the whole point. There it goes. Back to neutralized as Tman takes the center, but only for a split second. The Saxon has arrived as well. All these Puma Pirates being called in now. I mean, it is the meme deck that he's got here. Loads of these choppers, loads of Puma Pirates, loads of Gazelle cannons. Tractor Rapier coming in here. Those aeromobiles still going to get a kill here. He doesn't realize they're still there, I don't think. A Palace will make short work of that. Yeah. Well, he will know they're there now. Currently +2 to Tman. Neither player with a huge amount on the map. They've both lost a lot of stuff, but equally, I think a lot of it is commands. And these tanks just dotted around, covering the ground. I mean, this pure Tractor Rapier is going to get minced. Supply chopper should make it through to reinforce the SAS. Oh, maybe not. The Mirage is coming in for it, I think. Yeah. Doesn't get the kill. We'll come back for another pass, I'm sure. Oh, Phantom is in. And a Jaguar. Can't quite turn on it. Another Mirage coming in there. Going for the Jaguar HE bomber. Jaguar's being called out, but will go down. Phantom versus Mirage. Mirage certainly turns better. Mirage is on that Phantom. This isn't looking good for the Phantom. Mirage goes past it, does a little damage. Phantom is now behind. Proper dogfight here. Unfortunately, all its missiles miss. They're both evacing. Harrier coming in at the top there. Looking for a kill on that command, I'm sure. Puma Pirate causing issues, though. Mirage coming in for the Harrier. Crazy amount of damage. Gets the kill. Currently +4. 2 Tman. Victory in 4 minutes. HE bomber coming in this way. Going for that command. May get the kill here finally. Does indeed get the kill on the command. Command did come in at the back there at some point and retake India. Our mobile command, or leader, heading over to this side. Will probably be seen by the Gazelle. Oh, it's being dropped in here instead now. That's probably a wise idea. Rover command coming in at the top there. Should get in the point without too many issues. Jaguar getting hit by the Mirage, but the Mirage is damaged. This point switches hands. I think this is probably the most command zones I've seen change hands in one game in this tournament. I'm quite impressed by how many have changed hands. Once this is capped, I expect it'll be put back in here and he will move on to another point. Unfortunately, Edwin really far behind in points. Really far behind. Arm rifles coming in there. Edwin certainly securing stuff now. A little bit worried about that command though, and I'm not sure how many commands either player will have left at this stage. There is, oh, another VBL PC coming in there. So Tman certainly has at least that one left. What's he got on the rest of the map? I think that's the only command he's got at the moment. Whether he has any more in his deck is up for debate. The question is, does Edwin have any more once this is dead? Fortunately, he can't really move those back because he lost his chopper. This still causing massive issues. Warrior Milan's firing at it now. Might get the kill. Yes, there we go. Finally dead. Mirage coming in for a kill on this chopper. The Lynx trying to drop off the aeromobiles. Chopper should go down. Yes. Do any of the infantry survive? Doesn't look like it. Oh, they did. That took a while to hit the ground. Command reaches that corner. Phantom trying to engage the Mirage. The Mirage missing with his missiles. Phantom gets the kill. Phantom has not been having a good game so far. This command is about to die. So it really depends now if Edwin has any commands left after this one dies. If he has no commands left, then the game is over, because Tman still has one. And it became a game of killing commanders and bringing in more commanders. There is the air mobile leader dead. Mirage is coming in, going for these air mobiles. If they get shot down over the water, those infantry definitely won't survive. Desperately being pulled back here. There's units all over the place from Tman. He's still got these air mobiles at the back here. But it became such a hectic game that I'm not surprised that Edwin kind of just ended up ignoring them. And right now, Tman has more on the ground. That goes without saying. There's a lot more red. Obviously, Edwin still maintaining control here, but my concern is commands. Challenger Mark II command. So there are command tanks left for Edwin. Not cheap. Not cheap. Those bad boys cost 305 points apiece. They're fantastic units, but right now map control is kind of in favor of Tman. Edwin's fighting hard and clearing up bit by bit. Warrior, unfortunately not doing so well against the ERC. Manages to smoke. We haven't seen any kind of command tank from Tman yet, so he may still have other commands. Speaking of commands, he's actually lost the other command that was in the center there. The VBL command vehicle is gone. Really waiting to see if Tman has another command. Because technically, if Edwin can push with this tank and keep it alive, then he has every chance of winning this game purely on being able to cap everything if Tman doesn't have any commands left. Currently +2 to Tman. 4 minutes to the victory, but depends how fast Edwin moves. And if he can keep that tank alive. Tman's hitting this area now. I'm worried about this tank and those aeromobiles, to be honest, because those aeromobiles will annihilate that Challenger 2 side armor. Aeromobiles have the A-Pilas launcher, is aiming, firing, misses. Challenger has eyes on, will retreat now. Takes a hit to the front, but it's not too scary. But it has slowed him down. 3 minutes to the win for Tman. Cluster bomber coming in. Oh yeah, he wants that Challenger dead. He wants that Challenger dead. And he can see it. This isn't going to go well for the Challenger. Dive bombing strike. Annihilated. Absolutely annihilated. Good strike from Tman. That was always going to be the difficulty, was keeping that Challenger alive. That was always going to be the difficulty. Because it's just prime target, isn't it? Especially if Tman has no commands left. Because all Edwin would technically have to do is cap 1 point to get rid of this +2. And then if Tman doesn't have any commands left, his game's over. Another Saxon command. Edwin does have commands left. But can he progress far enough to cap a point? And I'm not sure he can. I'm not sure he can. Air superiority is Tman's. Ground superiority is pretty much Tman's, and there's the surrender. Commiserations, Edwin. That was a really difficult game. Tman just had you going all over the place, and kills to losses weren't that different, but that was all over the place. I was struggling to keep up just casting it with the amount of points that were going back and forth. Mirage was doing well, Legionnaires did alright. At the other side, Harrier, wow. SAS. SAS get MVP. They deserve it, they're the SAS. There you go. SAS get MVP. Well played, guys. Two very good games. The second one there, absolutely all over the place. Complete chaos. Integer would have been proud. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. A reminder that this coming weekend is the Warno League Super Tournament #2 from SD League. Please do join us over on the SD League channel on Twitch for casts, analysis, and some entertainment. I'll see you all then.